Hi, Dr. Bennington here with a short video tutorial on how to set up Google Earth so that you can do the first topographic map lab. So what we want to do is open Google Earth, and I'm going to show you, once you have Google Earth open on your computer, how to load the KMZ file that has what you need to do the first lab on coordinates and distance and scale. And then just very quickly show you some of the basic tools that you need to know how to use in Google Earth. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is just take a quick tour. So in Google Earth, you have the main window, which has the view of the Earth in it. And then over to the left, we have some windows, the search bar window on the top, and then the places window, which has the list of places that you can double click on and bring up on the Google Earth main window. And then below that, the layers window, which allows you to turn on and off various types of information. And for our purposes, the only layer that you need to have turned on for this is the terrain layer. All right, so the first thing we need to do is load a set of information into Google Earth that is available on the Blackboard site for your lab course. You just need to download it onto your computer. It's a .kmz file, and this contains information that Google Earth can use. So to do that, you're going to go up to the File menu on Google Earth and select Open. And then you want to navigate on your computer to wherever you have the file downloaded, which is called GEOL 001 maplabs.kmz. And if you open that file, you will see that it appears in the Places window, and Google Earth zooms in to the elements in that file, which are located on the Hofstra campus. So if you click on the little arrow to the left of the name of what we just downloaded in the Places menu, it will expand it, and you can see that there's a folder in there that says Geology 001 Map Labs, and then a series of yellow push pins. These are place marks. The place marks that are checked will be the ones that you can see on the screen. And then there's an unchecked place mark called Hofstra Campus. If you double click on Hofstra Campus, it will take you into the correct field of view to allow you to do the map lab. And what you see on the screen here are 3 place marks, yellow push pins, point A in the lower left, point B in the upper left, point C in the lower right. So basically located by the entrance of Gittleson Hall, by the entrance of Berliner Hall, and then by the entrance of the Career Center. There's something called a compass rose, where the statue of Frederick Douglass is, that shows the orientation of north, south, east, and west. So these are the points that you're going to be referencing when you work on the lab. If you can navigate around in Google Earth by clicking on the map window and dragging to move around. You can use the navigation tools, which are over here in the upper right. So you can zoom in with the plus sign. You can zoom out with the minus sign. You can move from side to side. You can move up and down. You can use the navigation tools here to rotate the view, to tilt up, or can tilt down or tilt up. If you double click on the little N, it will reorient to north. And if you want to get back to the view that you need to be in to do the lab, just double click in the Places window on Hofstra campus, and Google Earth will take you back to the view that you need. Okay, so a couple of other things that you need to know how to do. One thing you need to know how to do is set the coordinate systems. Google Earth is capable of showing longitude and latitude coordinates in a variety of different notations, and it's also capable of showing UTM or Universal Transverse Mercator coordinates. And you need to switch back and forth between these two coordinate systems to do the lab. So if you go into the menu in the upper menu bar, for Mac users, you're going to click on Google Earth Pro, or Google Earth, the name of the program. Click on Preferences, and that brings up a Preferences window where you can set a bunch of different things, but we're mostly interested in the Show Latitude, Longitude section over here. And the different ways of showing latitude and longitude: decimal degrees, degrees, minutes, seconds, degrees, decimal, minutes. You want to select degrees, minutes, seconds. That's what we're going to be using for the lab. When you need to, you go back into this window and you select Universal Transverse Mercator to set Google Earth for the UTM coordinates. So we'll leave it on degrees, minutes, seconds, click the OK button. If you're doing this on a Windows computer, or in Google Chrome, it's a little bit different. You're going to go up into the menu and you're going to pull down the Tools menu, and under Tools, you're going to look for Options. And when you bring up Options under the Tool menu, you'll see the same basic window where you can select the different coordinate systems. And if you look in the lower right, down at the bottom of the map window, you will see that the coordinates are displayed in whatever system you selected. So right now we have degrees, minutes, and seconds. North, degrees, minutes, and seconds. West, these are the latitude and longitude coordinates. They show you the coordinates of the cursor. So as you move the cursor around the screen, the updated longitude and latitude coordinates appear in the lower part of the window. If you move the cursor over the point of one of the push pins, you can read the longitude and latitude coordinates for that particular marked point. You also get the elevation. You can read that, so it will show you the elevation of the location where the cursor is as well. Let's just focus for a moment on the coordinates that are shown in the lower right margin of the map here. I currently have Google Earth set for longitude and latitude, degrees, minutes, and seconds. So if we put the cursor over the compass rose and then look down in the lower right-hand margin, we see that the numbers read 40 degrees, 42 minutes, 49.38 seconds north. 73 degrees, 35 minutes, 54.75 seconds west. So again, if you hover over the center of the compass rose, you should see those coordinates for latitude and longitude. The latitude coordinates are north and the longitude coordinates are west because we're north of the equator and we're west of the prime meridian. Degrees shown with a little circle, minutes shown with a single tick mark, seconds shown with a double tick mark. Now if we go up to Preferences, or again in Windows it'll be Tools and then Options, we can change the coordinate system to Universal Transverse Mercator. And if we do that and position the cursor in the middle of the compass rose, now what you see in the lower right is a series of numbers that reads 18T. 18T is the particular rectangle, it's called a grid zone, that these coordinate systems refer to. And 18T is a very large rectangle that encompasses a good bit of the sort of southern New England, mid-Atlantic, Midwest region, including New York State. You can ignore the 18T. What you want to focus in on is the next two numbers, 618,374.79 meters east and 450,791.84 meters north. Those are the UTM coordinates. And so you can write those down exactly as they're shown. 618.374.79 east, 450.7921.84 north. And we'll be working with those coordinates in the lab. The last thing that you need to know how to use is the ruler tool. So in the upper part of the map window, you have a series of icons, and one of those icons looks like a little vertical ruler. If you select that, you get the ruler menu window. We're going to be measuring lines, so you want to make sure line is clicked on, and you can see that you can set the units, so centimeters, meters, kilometers, inches, feet, yards, etc. We're going to start with meters. And once you've set your units, if you can see that the cursor, which is down by point A here, doesn't look like a hand anymore. It looks like a little crosshairs box. So if you put that over where you want to start measuring and click once, and then move the cursor, you see that you get a yellow line. And if you look at the ruler window, you see that as you move the yellow line, as you elongate it, it reads out how many meters long the line is. So if you bring that line up to another point, click again, you now have a yellow line, and the ruler window shows you the length of the line in meters. It also shows you the compass heading of the line in degrees. So this line going from point A to point B has a compass heading of about 353 degrees. That's out of 360 degrees. So on the compass diagram, north is 0, and then you go around to the east, to the south, to the west, and back to north, and you make a 360-degree circle. That's called the azimuth way of reading compass bearings. If you go into the window and change the units to say centimeters, it updates instantly. So you can select whatever units you need to make the measurement. When you're done measuring that particular line, you click the clear button and you clear it out. One last thing I can show, and that is if you want to see the coordinate grid, you can go up to View and select Grid. And then if you zoom out, you see that the longitude and latitude numbers appear, and a grid of white lines appears on the map. And if we go all the way out to the view of the globe, you can see the lines of longitude and latitude marked on the globe, including the equator, the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, the Arctic and the Antarctic Circle, and then for longitude, the prime meridian. And if we navigate around to the opposite side of the Earth, we see the international date line, otherwise known as the anti-meridian. So that's pretty much everything you need to know how to do in Google Earth to successfully complete the first Map Lab. Thank you.